I'm sure you've heard people say they miss the 70s and 80s. Simpler time. Safer, kids could play in the street, didn't have to lock your door. But as incredible as it may seem, the opposite is true. These were actually among the most violent years in modern American history. 1980, the single highest murder rate ever recorded. Never beaten, before or since. And it wasn't just random violence. Some of the most notorious serial killers in history were active during this 130-year window. Historians call it the golden age of serial murder, 1970 to 2000. In 1987 alone, there were 198 serial killers in the United States. In 2019, 2. So what happened? Did people just get nicer? No, they didn't get nicer. Crime just got a lot harder to get away with. Back then, people hitchhiked, putting themselves at risk. DNA testing didn't exist yet. All they had was blood type. In the 1970s, that could narrow down a suspect to around 1 in 10. By the 1980s, better testing got that down to around 1 in 50. And even then, it could only rule someone out. It could never tell you who actually did it. There was no way to connect a case in one state to a case in another. The technology of this era made detective work difficult. Getting video was cumbersome and inconvenient. There was no digital media, no social media. If you needed to make a call, you needed a payphone. It was just much harder to get caught. Today, nobody hitchhikes. Now it's Uber, a digital trail every time. We have CODIS now, a national database connecting DNA across the entire country. A suspect gets arrested and his DNA gets run. Suddenly, he's connected to a case 1,000 miles away from years earlier. Today, DNA can identify one person out of billions. Remember the Golden State Killer? He terrorized California for over a decade. They couldn't catch him until the advent of genetic genealogy. Genetic genealogy works by comparing crime scene DNA to public DNA sites like GEDmatch. Sites where ordinary people upload their DNA usually just to find long-lost relatives. A distant cousin, someone who had no idea they were related to a serial killer, had uploaded their own DNA to a genealogy site just out of curiosity about their family tree. That's all it took to finally identify him, Joseph James DeAngelo. He was also a cop, hiding in plain sight, inside the very system meant to catch him.
Thank you, officer.
On April 24th, 2018, detectives using a ruse of needing directions arrested Joseph DeAngelo without incident. On August 21st, 2020, Joseph DeAngelo was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He will die in prison. So where did all the serial killers go? What are those same personalities doing now? The answer might surprise you. Stay tuned.